Right.
He don't drive nowhere like he used to. He used to be a streak, Mr. Johnson. I wanna tell you what,
Oh, my
stuff
goodness.
used to be flying out of his truck. Never had a tailgate on
Okay,
the truck.
we're live. You're live.
It's like a red streak went by.
Where'd you say we got it, right, David?
Okay, calling to order at
Oh, good.
6:04.
You like working it?
Nice.
I just need the top one. Oh, you didn't
I
sign it?
didn't sign it yet.
Imagine.
And then I'll run it to Kate.
Are they unionized by any chance? No. Okay.
Thank you all.
There you go.
Me.
Thank you. Okay. And I see we're missing a couple of people. A lot of people.
Yeah, like the equipment we have, they used to work rack.
Yeah.
And they were
Hello.
85 and bare minimum kind of company.
Everyone got a copy of the minutes?
And
I could do it. How are you? I'm good, thank you. Sorry to miss out.
Chris, how are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Turn that air conditioner back.
My wife told me that, we can't have side-by conversations until we outside.
Oh, okay.
She watched the meeting end and she goes, where the hell you been for 2 hours? And I was like, I'm talking to Chris and Heidi.
Couldn't get out of the parking lot. I appreciate you saying, but I said the same thing. Damn, it's late. Past my bedtime.
I know, it makes it hard to get up at 4:30 in the next morning.
Yeah, I know how you feel.
Back on the play.
I'm up at 6.
6. I'm already at work.
Well, I used to get up earlier.
Oh, you, Tyler.
Now you're a man of leisure, apparently.
Just get up at 4:30. I had to be, so I could get the overseas couples plans.
How you been?
I told my doctor the other day, I said, I religiously
9 days.
go to the bathroom every morning at 3 a.m.
3 a.m.
Year-old and 9
And he
days.
said, wake up. He said, really?
Grandson.
And I said, yeah, bro, I don't wake up till 5.
Yep. Okay, time goes by so fast.
It does.
Yeah.
I mean, I won't say no to one. Thank you.
Have you seen what he's, where like, where he has all the stuff?
What do you think of the road contract?
We won't
Plus
have,
is a myth, right?
There's a lot.
well, I don't think so.
It's like his.
You're live.
Oh, yeah.
His.
Yeah, we all on it.
No, water.
We all on.
Don't want to interrupt you, but.
Thank you very much. God damn.
I think, yeah.
I know the minutes went out very late, so I'm just making some quick copies.
It's like an oven.
All right.
It
Turn the
is-
air on,
Yeah.
please.
It's like 10 degrees warmer in this, like. I can hold out for a little bit.
It was chillier before, when we started the Board of Selectmen meeting, it was comfortable.
Well, when I got here, I had to turn it on because it was at 76.
Wow.
The afternoon sun bakes it in here. I don't know, this isn't as cool as it looks.
Cool at all. Battery air conditioning.
How much?
They have it on the hoses. You can-
Oh, okay. Do you want a copy?
Yeah, I didn't get that.
Yeah, I didn't have rear air, so I had a hose running from one of the, like the vents.
That's empty.
Oh, is that kind of?
Yeah.
I'm good. Having this was nice.
All right.
Chris, get one.
Really? It was 57 degrees in there when I was done.
Chris, do you want a copy?
No, thanks, I read them.
Perfect.
You're looking for my son, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, especially if-
Go ahead, did I hear?
She just sent me what she's not able to come and they're still working on plans.
Roger.
So the color was?
I called to order already.
I'm sure what
All right.
pages go to.
Linda, Okay, that's today.
Yep, and these are the minutes from last.
Oh, and this was on the back.
Frankie just got a, you got a.
Oh, okay.
All right. Everyone have a chance to review the minutes?
Yes.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
I have a discussion. Tyler wasn't here last meeting, he's listed as present. Smile.
Yes, you're right. Wait,
I'll
Tom.
make a motion to accept.
So wait a minute,
Wait,
wasn't your, Brian was here, right?
Not last meeting.
not last meeting, Brian wasn't here. Brian was here the meeting before.
Correct, yep.
Okay,
So, I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as corrected.
Second.
Any other discussion? Hearing none? Accept, everyone accept?
all in favor?
All in
Aye.
favor? Aye, yes, no?
Aye.
Okay. Tyler. Okay. I just got a text from Lisa. She's not gonna be able to make it tonight, and they don't have the plans or anything yet from Patco. They're still working on it. We're on the line. They haven't they worked on it a bit, but haven't finished it. And that really was gonna be our entire meeting, was gonna be looking over these plans. So, I'm a little disappointed. I understand that things come up. It's out of our control. But I am a little disappointed because I'm kind of feeling like we are going backwards instead of forwards. And it's not good. I don't know if you want to think about other options, if you want to discuss other options, or if you want to just wait at this point until we can come up with those. What is your,
I feel like at this point, having somebody else draw it, we'd be starting
we
from
have
ground
to do
up. So
something.
I think it would take us longer to get somebody else to draw it at this point.
Oh, I
than
do
just
too.
waiting, unfortunately.
I was gonna say the same thing. So, I know I wasn't here in the last 3 meetings. Sorry. But, so is this building that Patco is drawing, is it just a straight full
This is
length?
supposed to be a straight full length, because I do believe we discussed last meeting that it would be better to just do the straight full length instead of the L.
Do the elevations within the building sidewalls differ from office space to apparatus
We
space?
talked about it, and I don't remember how we
I
ended up.
believe she said the way they're drawing it is the same roof line all the way across, and they'll just create dead space above the office space.
Correct.
Okay. They're a steel building company, so this is a steel building, or are they going through, sorry for being.
It's okay.
No, that's okay. It would be a
Is
steel
it the-
building.
Because we talked, when Sean was here many meetings ago, he had said probably the most cost-effective way would be like a Morton or Western type building, a
Mhm.
good frame, pre-engineered style building. So I'm just curious as to what they were, if they were specifically setting it up for a steel structure.
Patco was specifically setting it up for the steel structure, and they were gonna get pricing on, they were gonna draw it. She said something about pricing on it. And
On that.
On that
Their
particular,
structure.
on their structure.
Okay. So jumping along, the big question I have, can we use those plans to say, give to like Josh Battles and say, can you take this layout, turn this into a wood frame building? Pat goes drawing the plans.
So the question was, when they draw the plans, and this would be our last set of free plans,
Right,
there will be hours.
Okay, that answers it.
So we did answer that question. The other thing, because you weren't present, and a lot of this stuff, not to make you feel guilty, but I'm gonna make you feel
yeah,
guilty.
exactly.
Because you weren't,
You did a good job then.
because you weren't here, we didn't make a final decision. But it basically boiled down to all these other contractors like Josh. Josh has watched some of the meetings and stuff like that. And he said, I'm not giving you a drawing until you guys, as a group, say, this is final.
Right,
This is what I'm bidding on.
I would agree with that.
And Lisa said the exact same thing, that this is the last time Paco is gonna do this one for free. So is this what we're
Right.
moving forward with? And it's still, because that was the plan, because she already had a dialogue, there was actually discussion
Right.
about maybe moving the meeting up, and she said that's gonna be too soon, so I don't see any point in having the meeting last Tuesday. Let's just stick to this Tuesday. And when we left, we still didn't definitively say, this is it. Because there was a lot of conversation about, does this room have to be this big? Does this room have to be this big? Do we need this much space? There was still some question about whether or not an L was necessary. The square footage is still gonna be the same. Ultimately, and then you'd have two roof lines. So we still didn't, and correct me if I'm wrong, group, but we still didn't
No,
definitively
we
say,
didn't.
this is it.
correct,
So until that happens,
right.
Are we ready to do that?
I was
I
ready,
don't know.
I was ready weeks ago,
The
but
only question I would have is there's at least one room in there with no doors going into it.
that does
Well,
need to be
that
addressed.
stuff-
So, I mean, stuff like that, right? So
Yeah.
that was my concern. I don't wanna say, hey, go with this, and we end up with a room that we can't get into.
Right, no, so I'll make the general motion that we move forward with,
Can I just finish?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure.
Sorry, before you do, I
Yep,
agree
go
with
ahead.
this. Well, I agree, because even, what we need to do is get to a money, what the
Exactly.
money is.
Right,
So whatever the money is, whatever it may be, then value engineering and things like that come into play after the fact.
mm-hmm,
But right now, you gotta pick that, get a number on it, and then work with that number. So, I mean, once we have that, and if it passes, doesn't mean it's cast in stone, but value
Right.
engineering comes into play. But we have to put together, the site plan, everything else that goes with it, because now we will have to have a septic system. I guess the well will be fine.
Will or won't?
I think we will. Yeah. You're gonna be able to tie, well, unless somebody says that you can tie into this system, for how many bathrooms you have.
3,
And you're adding capacity that
Right.
we don't have now.
4. 2 bathrooms and a
Four
shower.
bathrooms and a shower.
So that, because, I mean, theoretically,
Might
we,
be fine.
on the system, we were fine with the two.
Yep.
Yes, we don't have two out there now, but when that was done, there were two, and then one got turned into a storage. But obviously, we're doubling that, potentially doubling that, so, and given the location, the floor plan obviously still needs some adjustment. To Chris's
Right.
point, there's a room in there, I think it's a dispatch room, that doesn't have a door at all, so I guess I gotta crawl through the window, no offense.
Well, going back to the septic, because, quarter inch per foot's a quarter inch per foot.
Yeah.
And depending on where those bathrooms are scattered throughout a building that's, I heard 140 feet long.
Correct.
If it's at the other end, you're not gonna make it.
Yeah, so they would be right here, they'd be close proximity,
Okay,
but even still, close proximity, we're still talking about starting 15 feet the other side of that building that's existing, so we're not interrupting services,
correct.
and going from there, so you're still adding distance, so elevation may not work. So this, a
Well,
second,
pick the slab up and.
yeah,
make
yeah,
it
we
work.
could.
So you got a
could.
copy of this?
No, I don't
You
believe,
didn't
but
get
I
that?
do via email.
yeah, via
Yes, I
email,
think I-
it
You want a hard
was
copy?
all sent out.
I can do that.
Alright, okay.
I hate to throw a monkey wrench in the works, but I still think we put that L on, so that front of that firehouse faces that storage. But if you face the woods, they ain't ever gonna see sunlight. I don't think it should be facing the woods, I think it should face that
So you're saying turn the apparatus section, turning it
Yeah.
perpendicular to the structure?
Yeah.
I would agree with that
Well,
too.
you're talking about going all the way 16 foot. And I was just saying, put 12 foot for the building and then for the firehouse behind it, so,
Right, yeah, screw that up. We'd throw a big wrench in that. So,
If I may.
Tyler, go ahead.
The only, and this is just from our standpoint, the only, that would just kind of, we'd have to redo the whole inside layout if we do the L, because we purposely put the evidence room right off the back of the sally port, so we could have the pass-through lockers and everything in the garage, so all the evidence could be processed outside of the building. So that would have to rotate the entirety of the inside of the building to make that work.
well, if you put the L on, the L's gonna be 20 foot in length in front of the building. So you still have that 20 feet in the back so you still got the same square footage.
Yeah. We just have to, we'd have to move everything around inside to make the layout work. Which, if that's something that everyone wants to do, we can do, it's just an extra step.
The only other thing I'd say is Lisa did say that they felt it would be a significant cost addition
If we did.
to do the L. And also they're drawing the straight building, so if we go back to the L, it's gonna add a ton of time to redrive.
And it would be cost, because we're getting our final free drawing from Cadco.
okay,
My personal opinion is just the straight shot, just because we collectively decided on the layout, and it just seems to be what's going to be the best operational layout. That's just my personal opinion.
You're allowed to have a personal.
No, I'm just making that clear.
And I concur, I mean, I think you've got very valid points, but I think it's gonna add too much in cost and redrawing,
And crunch
that's my
time,
only fear.
crunch time.
Yeah,
again, we got a structure, go with it, find out what it costs, and then you can explore other options at a later date.
Right,
If it really warranted it.
right,
We'd have
If
to
the cost
we'd
is
have to
way-
have some big cost savings somewhere
Right.
along the line.
right.
We can't be adding.
Mm-hmm.
And then we still don't know about the whole sprinkler portion. So my next question is, after these plans, is this gonna go back to Bergeron to be looked at?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, and I
yes,
was-
definitely.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but like I envision, can I see one of those real quick?
Sure.
I envision there being a firewall.
Right, right,
This being, so let's say the whole building has one roof line
Yes.
and it's 16 feet. That goes all the way.
Yep.
And there's a firewall gets constructed. So as long as we put a firewall, and even if we divide it with 3 firewalls. So we put one here behind the apparatus and one between, the meeting room.
Yeah, I don't know if that, in some public spaces that works, but where he said, because they did Jewel Hill, right? Where he said apparatus buildings are supposed to be sprinkled. So I don't know how we would look at that. So we never really got that answer. He
right,
said that was a possibility. We
right,
were talking about working down.
Because it was not mixed use, it was just a garage.
That's correct.
Now we're making it mixed use again.
Yeah, so there's a good chance that we're looking at that, but I don't know that. We won't know that.
We won't know
We'll
it
take that
until-
plan
right.
and send it to them,
Just the
Mhm.
next step.
whenever that may be.
Right,
I don't know that we're out of the woods with that. Just wanna throw it out there.
right, he
'Cause
did say
He
that.
said the words.
Yeah, he
He
did.
did,
Yeah, we're on.
Yeah, it's still mixed use, so it still have to be sprinkled, and that would
right,
be most expensive here than anywhere else, because we have no infrastructure and,
Well, he did soft pedal that somewhat when he presented that to us, is that it's not as challenging as it was at one time.
Got a new system today.
Yeah, right. And where the systems are, but there would still be,
It'd be a-
what's the one, cistern they were putting in the Jewel Hill, 40,000 gallons, something like that?
30,000, I'm pretty sure
It
it's
was pretty
30.
big,
Yeah.
big tank. Would have a similar thing, which would benefit the fire department for loading the trucks. I don't know where we're gonna get all the water to fill it. but
They put in a well, they're putting in a well too,
Put in a well, so that.
just for that cistern. With a float system and
Right, yeah, so it feeds automatic.
can't do that anymore.
Doesn't there drinking water else come out that well?
They're putting in a separate well just for that.
other point out.
So those are a few things just to keep in the back of our heads.
Right,
But I think you're right, we've got something, I agree with Lawrence about turning that. But I believe, every time you put a corner in something, overlay roof framing, it's gonna add a little more money.
Well, we get the blueprints and then we'll get the contractors,
Right,
get the quotes.
right,
you get,
have to get the
and
quotes
people may
first.
say, oh, I can save you some money by doing this or that, or,
Right.
so that's where we
Okay.
just have to come up with a dollar
Right.
amount.
Alright, so I'm gonna make the motion that we,
Wait. Gotta play devil's advocate, I got a color, we got a color.
Uh-oh,
Oh,
Spitballing, if we do have to do that, what if we did this?
chop the apparatus building off the end of it. I was just thinking the same thing.
Two buildings.
separate,
You could even actually kick that building back.
I'm gonna throw a curveball. The satellite port count as the garage space or apparatus space? And if it does, would that then make that mixed use and then sprinkle it?
Because the Sally Port would be in your office side, not at that separate.
Why not?
Cause we want it backed up to the evidence room so we can have everything in the garage space.
Why can't you keep your evidence there?
is that making evidence?
Does it have to be attached to your office?
I would venture to say yes
Why?
for,
The only reason why I say that, you gotta play devil's advocate for a second, okay?
right,
So they're putting in a impound lot at the sheriff's office right now.
that's just impound, it's not evidence. So like, I
Yes, it
understand
can
what,
be.
I understand where
You
you're
know as
coming.
well as I do,
I
you can't
see
keep
where
the
you're coming
evidence.
I'm talking about like.
I know.
You know what I mean, like,
Yeah.
you know, CC materials, weapons, all
Drugs.
that stuff,
Right,
Whatever.
narcotics. I wouldn't want to be
People.
running back and forth between the buildings with any of that stuff, plus not having, you know, it within the secure walls of the police department under, you know,
Right.
our
right,
supervision. Like, and I don't wanna be, you know, say we, you know, sees, you know, car fentanyl or whatever, I don't wanna have to take that and go from here across the parking lot and into another building, and then something happened between here and there, that bag rip, it go flying in the wind, or,
Well,
you know, in and around other people.
So hear me out for a second, so this is apparatus bay, whatever, let's say you did put the Sally Port here, whatever, and that got built in, yes, we may have to change the floor plan a little bit, but town of Ospey just put a PD in a building with evidence bays and everything else, and they didn't have to update, that's change of use. It's change of use from, cause it was closed for a couple of years, it used to be a co-op building, so yes, there were vehicles in there, but it did change use, it was closed for a couple of years, but the town of Ospey bought it. They didn't have to update their sprinklers, put their cruisers inside.
Right,
So having said that, and that's mixed use because they have office space in there, they have a kitchen, they have a weight room and everything else. So I think that's a lot different between apparatus bay and just putting in
And that
a
may be
Sally
the-
Port that, it's not a garage.
No.
These stay in there. You're not parking the cruiser in there.
not very often, and if we do, it'll be for a short period at a time.
So here we are, we're back making assumptions and discussing things that can be answered by giving it to the right person.
Well, and the other
I would
factor too.
suggest, my suggestion is, I agree with all of that, and it may not be, but
Yeah.
I think Sean should get those plans. And weigh in on them now.
It might not be, I
Because
just
that's
wanted to
gonna-
bring it up
I don't
for
think it's gonna
discussion
change the
purposes.
building, and maybe it does over a period of time, but it's still,
building
at least
itself.
we know what we have coming.
I totally
Maybe
agree.
offer a suggestion that what you just, Chris, said about putting the firewall up.
Well, and the other factor too is there's still the waiver from the marshal's office. If we're going the extra mile to put the firewalls up and all that extra stuff, there's a good chance we can get a waiver too.
Correct.
So I don't think we should quite click yet.
No.
So make your motion.
So I'm gonna make the motion that we move forward with the proposed layout for fire, police and meeting space as drawn
As we
At 60 by 140.
at 60 by 140.
Second,
okay, you second.
All in favor?
wait,
Wait,
Ah,
wait,
you don't run this
wait,
meeting, she
wait,
does.
wait,
I'm
wait.
waiting for
I know, but I gotta write all this stuff down too. for
It's
Heidi.
unrecorded.
She can't get that. She gets confused with who's seconding and motioning.
Does the selectmen's meeting?
Seconded by Chris Siemens.
Thank you, Chris. Any discussion? Any additional discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, wait, Mike, did you
Yep,
have
yep.
discussion?
So, do you want that plan as it is right now to go to Sean, or do you wanna wait
I think we should wait for Lisa's
till we
plans.
get something that's more complete with the doors and all this other stuff on there?
Elevation.
Okay, perfect, that's my question.
I think as
So
soon
I'm
as
gonna
we
give
get
him a
that from
heads
her,
up
we should send
that,
it.
now, so do I have permission to give him a heads up that we do
Yeah.
have something forthcoming in, let's say, 2 to 3 weeks?
I vote yes.
Yeah, I would think so, yes.
So
We should
the,
get this one first, get your approval on
Get
this.
this, yeah, the.
Let's pass this motion, then I'm
Right.
just gonna add something.
Okay,
Well, no, that's where discussion happens.
Oh,
that's
But I
part of
just-
the discussion.
if Lisa gets a hold of us, say Thursday, and say, hey, the plans are all set.
Mhm.
If we got an email copy, can we just fire that over to Sean so he's got some ample time to look at it?
I would think so,
You
sure.
know, if we have any questions that we
Sooner the
may
better.
prepare once we look at it, we can have those available for
Right.
him.
I would
I
think
would
so,
send
sure.
him an email tomorrow morning, or even this evening, saying that we've got something coming.
Right,
Let's
I
vote
just
on
wanna
this
let
motion.
him, I just wanna let
Right.
him, got something coming.
right.
That's what I'm
Let's
saying.
vote on this motion and then we'll talk about that.
Okay,
We already
so,
did vote.
No, we didn't vote.
no, we're
Yeah,
in discussion.
You have a motion, a second, discussion, that's what we're
Right.
in
We didn't know.
discussion.
Now, all in favor?
Aye.
Alright,
Aye.
Anyone against?
Gotta be against it.
Okay, all right.
well, I would be disappointed if you weren't.
Exactly.
I'm on the fence.
Now we
Because
can
of
vote, we can
You're
talk
on
about
the fence.
Bergeron.
So there's one
I'm an
abstain,
abstention.
one
I'm
no.
neither for nor against.
Okay, one abstain. Okay, Chris abstain, one against. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay. All right. 7, 8.
Ready? I got another one.
Okay, wait a minute, motion, and that was JT, Chris second. Uh-huh,
Alright, I make a motion that as soon as we receive the plans from Lisa, we give Mike the authority to forward those to Sean Bergeron for a basic code review.
Second.
second. Okay,
Second by Chris Siemens.
Chris, yes. And also, can we add on to there that he can get in touch with
You gotta
Bergeron?
speak louder, that's why she doesn't hear you.
Alright, I'm amending my motion.
I'm having trouble.
Amend it.
I know, I am too.
I'm sorry, I keep clearing my throat, but it's just not working.
Amending my motion to allow him to send the plans when we receive them, but also give him a heads up that
Right.
the new plans are coming.
I'll second that amended motion. Chris Siemens.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Lawrence, are you for or against?
Oh, I'm for that one.
Okay,
We already got
Are you
a
abstaining?
No, I'm for
All
it.
he
right.
said he's for it, okay.
That email chain that we created, I know that all the board of selectmen is in there.
Yes.
Can that be, should we all receive electronic copies prior to our next meeting? Can that be an open chain for discussion if we do have any questions that we can send? Maybe Mike can get those to Sean should anything
That becomes
arise?
a meeting.
That becomes a meeting, alright, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Given the dimensions of the building have been voted on to move forward, would you like me to move forward with trying to get a second or a final quote estimate for the shell insulation, concrete, what did I get before?
From
Concrete
last
and the
time.
garage doors. Well, the garage doors are the garage doors, those would be the same.
Mhm.
$7,500 a piece.
Do we need to motion that?
No,
No,
I
I'm
don't
just
think so, but
curious
I
if
think you should,
do it.
I
Can you
would think
just,
so.
can you use the plans that we have roughly?
I just need dimensions.
Yeah, okay.
Because they're not necessarily, they will give us, Josh will give us a price
Yeah.
on build out and then, and, you know, the
'Cause they're
interior,
gonna sub it out.
but it's just the shell that,
For now, it doesn't show.
Existing plans we have are not 100% to 60 by 100.
Yeah, they had to shrink it, at least they're shrinking it a little bit, it was like 65. We couldn't get it any
62 and
smaller.
change,
Yeah, so,
Yeah, so we're just pinching it.
so don't give him the plans we have. Give him the
60
dimensions
by
certified.
140.
With releases, I'd say.
I'm for that, yeah. Always,
The more the merrier.
can't hurt to have more to look at.
Right, it's 60 by 140, right? That was it?
Tyler's gonna reach out to Morton for the same.
Oh, okay.
And that's, Chris, if I may, that would be to like Josh
Correct,
for Lester type building.
Right.
correct, yeah. And probably what I'll go home is I'll pull it up and I'll design it and shoot it over to him, and before this time tomorrow, I'll have the price, so.
Perfect.
And then he'll have to make a phone call on the concrete, that doesn't come from Lester, but.
Okay.
And the insulation is X amount, so we could figure out, you could probably do it a lot faster than me, but you take the square footage and I have the per foot, for insulation, sprayed in insulation, to get a price on that, like I did before, so. And the garage doors are 12 by 14, or 12 by 12?
14.
12, 14.
14 high, 12 feet wide, or the other way around?
Correct.
Except for the,
Salad board.
Salad board,
Salad
right.
board wouldn't be that big.
No, it wouldn't have to be.
Whatever you choose for that, I'm not, that's.
Whatever, like
not my
a,
world.
Standard doors are 9 by 9,
Oh,
7 by 9.
7
we
by,
want to put it.
Yeah, you want a 10-foot wide, probably 10-foot high.
yeah, that would be fine.
For a truck or something.
Yeah,
Right.
that would be fine.
Your truck wouldn't fit through.
Because you're keeping
not even
that-
long enough.
You're keeping these sidewalls right now with
Yeah.
But if we went with a wood frame structure, it would behoove us to drop those sidewalls in the meeting space, because then we've got, when we're, you're hanging ductwork or whatever, you're hanging acoustical ceiling, your insulation layer above that. We don't need 14-foot ceilings. So that's the advantage.
you dropping
Go ahead.
the wall height?
Right.
Or the interior height?
If you went with a wood,
It's the exterior walls, the overall height of the interior height of the building,
Yeah.
to the bottom core of the truss. So if you're going with 8-foot ceilings, you want to at least truss at 11 feet, 10.5 feet. Depending on, of course, it depends on the heating system, but the idea is to keep the attic cold and keep the thermal envelope in the bottom core of the truss down the side walls under the slab. When we get into the apparatus bay, everything gets much taller. So if we went with steel, now we have to build spaces within an empty void. Drop ceiling and everything else. If you've got a wood structure at 10 feet or 11 feet, you can just frame right up to the bottom core and drop all your ceilings in place.
So you think I
It's
should,
easier to fit out a wood frame building than it is to fit out a steel building with 16-foot sidewalls and, get the girts and everything to go around and the columns. So it'll be easier to do cheaper to do a wood building.
yeah, so when I design the Lester building, or I have Josh do it, with the exception of the wall height, exterior wall height, 16, drop down to,
14. Or even you can go down to, you go down to 10, but it doesn't leave you a lot of room.
12 feet.
You can make a 7.5-foot ceiling, of course, it's wood, so you can make it whatever you want.
I'd stay with 12.
7.5
It all
foot
depends
ceiling,
on,
that's what
it all depends on what we have for mechanicals, and what we need that space for. And then God forbid if it has to be sprinkled, because then that space has to be sprinkled in between, between the wall. One head covers 65 square feet. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Right,
Hopefully it's a smooth ride.
hopefully.
So for now, we start with that.
Yes.
Right,
so without knowing the dimensions, so how, we have a definitive how deep the apparatus area would have to be.
Apparatus areas might change a tiny bit, but when I measured it in the document, it was about 70 feet, 8 inches.
So half the building at 16-foot walls and the other half at 12-foot walls?
12 foot's fine, yeah.
I've never seen a Lester building like that, but we'll see.
The only thing is.
Well, you've got a gable end truss that you're butting into, that's all, it
Yep.
just dumps up.
Yep.
It's not the same ridge line, you could do that, but
whatever's gonna be.
We're not really splitting hairs, it goes back to design, and so now we're stepping away from design, so we'll stick with this, we're voting on it.
Right. For now. I mean, things could change, like you said, depending on
Yeah.
everything that comes through, the information that we
The
get.
concrete's gonna stay the same, slab's the same. The only thing,
Insulation will be the same, still the same square footage.
same square footage.
Right.
You'd lose a little bit less in the sidewall, but that's kind of peanuts. It's when you get into doing a fit up on the inside, so you build a vanilla box and then you fit out what you need for the inside.
Would we wanna not finish the inside with metal?
The apparatus section, yes. The inside of the rest of it, no. That would be.
Plus, it would make it easier to finish out.
Yeah. That sucks running baseboard around metal, especially corrugated metal. I think you can,
Imagine.
you know, and there'll be certain requirements on the PD side that will be, some walls will be thicker and soundproof and possibly with a layer of
Right.
plywood in it. 3/4 plywood and sheet rock over that.
Probably just the evidence room
Right, something that someone
Right.
can drive their fist through, and if they do, they're gonna leave some of it behind.
Or head,
And that's good.
compliance head.
Frank-
Compliance
better than not.
No, no,
Oh,
don't do
boy.
that.
I don't know, Tyler, what they've got planned for your section.
I don't know,
I think you better worry.
be like the UFC in there.
Okay, is there anything else we need to discuss, or we should discuss, or any questions? Anything else? Then I will make a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Second,
Any discussion? All in
Just can't
favor?
possibly take less than an hour. That doesn't seem right.
If we had the
know.
blueprints, we would.
It would be more, yeah, if we had something.
Did I use the wrong color marker?
You did.
Where's my blue one?
Someone took your blue one.
Aha!
I did. All in favor? Did-
Alright.
So when's our next meeting? Is it next Tuesday?
At 6:40.
Or we go 2 weeks?
I would say if we get the prints this
If she
week,
gets the prints
I would say
to us.
can't have a meeting next week.
Right,
Absolutely. Okay,
but if we don't get them,
hold off.
yeah,
All right.
okay. All right, thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.